Welcome to Mainland Television Regional News. I'm Graham O'Brien and today's news: suspicious fire in Nelson, suspicious water in Motueka, 0 contract hours are out and more money's in for the fence. Nelson police are investigating a car fire on State Highway 6 on the Whangamua Saddle on Sunday afternoon. The fire service was first alerted to the fire about 2 p.m. when the vehicle was found about 30 metres over a bank off the highway, fully engulfed. A body was later discovered inside the vehicle. The circumstances surrounding the fire and how the car came to be over the bank are yet to be explained. The vehicle had a scene guard in place overnight until police could fully examine the scene. Police investigating the car fire are calling for sightings of a 1995 silver Nissan Sunny Saloon about 1 and 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon in that area. Police are also interested in speaking to anyone who has information about any vehicle parked on the side of the road on State Highway 6 on the Whangamua Saddle between those times. The scene investigation is continuing and police are also conducting background inquiries to establish who was in the vehicle and the circumstances leading up to their death. Anyone with information should call Nelson Police. Many homes and businesses in the Motueka district get their water supplied through the underground bore water, and Motueka High School is also reliant on the same supply. The school issued a letter to parents on the weekend to say that their most recent test results received on Friday the 1st detected a very small presence of E. coli in the bore water. The school's water supply is tested weekly. Principal of Motueka High School, Scott Haynes, said they have sought immediate advice on this and have been advised that with the very low levels of contaminant detected, it is very unlikely that anyone drinking the water would become ill as a result. However, some parents have told Mainland News they were concerned by a spate of vomiting illness affecting some local high school children last week. 2 of the 40-hour film editing team over the weekend also had to go home from the school, suffering the same symptoms of illness halfway through the challenge. The school apologised in the email to parents on the weekend that they couldn't get a physical notice out to parents before the end of school day on Friday. They said that they have now taken steps to prevent children from drinking the water by temporarily closing drinking fountains and other drinking sources at schools until further testing would show that the water is free from contaminants. Mainland spoke to a staff member of Tasman District Council's Environmental and Planning Department who had no knowledge of this contamination, and Public Health were unavailable to make comment regarding this before going to air. So it seems that any residential users of this bore could be at risk, and it seems that anyone in any position to inform users hasn't done so by the time of going to air. Local MP Nick Smith's Rules Reduction Task Force public meeting last Thursday was attended by around 40 people. The main gripe from builders who attended was how the RMA consent and building consent processes do not merge well to help get consents through efficiently, while numerous examples were given to the meeting of how Council's building department were being less than helpful through the process. From ratepayers, the main concerns were with what we can consider to be Nelson-only regulations such as the fencing and woodburner law and the front yard law. Back in 2010, Dr. Smith said the council needed to be careful it doesn't get too pedantic with regulations about what people can do on their property. Such changes needed to be well supported and justified. At last week's meeting, Nelson Mayor Rachel Reese also commented on weeding out pedantic and frustrating laws around property. However, it might be timely to remind our Mayor that these bylaws were made by local council, and it seems a little rough to now solely blame the RMA law that allows them to do so. Environmental and Planning Manager for Tasman, Dennis Bush-King, made the observation at the meeting that Council could have more discretionary powers to make decisions, but asked, do we trust them to make the right ones? Judging by many of the controversial bylaws that Nelson Council have passed, his words are ones that Nelsonians could well take notice of. Surrounded by sea, it stands to reason that our country is among one of the world's top yachting nations in boat design, building as well as crewing. So a course was specifically designed for the latter in Nelson back in 2008, and this year it's still going strong. Last Friday, the Nelson Marlborough Institute of Technology Super Yacht Crew course graduation took place with 11 students of mixed ages, all graduating and now a step closer to having a career of travelling the world aboard a super yacht. The course tutor, Stuart Whitehouse, has captained large sailing yachts throughout the world and said the NMIT facilities on offer for this intensive 12-week course are world class. Mainland send out our crew to the graduation where Lynette caught up with the course tutor Stuart to find out more, as well as 2 of the graduating students.
Tell us about the practical component of the course. Where is it and what do students do?
So it's mainly a hands-on practical course, aiming to get as much time on the water as possible. We're based in Nelson at NMIT, the International Maritime Institute of New Zealand. And we spend time obviously around the beautiful Tasman Bay, getting over to the Abel Tasman, the Marlborough Sounds. We take a boat trip, which is on the boat that we're graduating on today. And really it's about putting those things that they learn in the classroom into a practical basis afloat.
And what sort of student does this course appeal to?
A whole range really. 18 is the minimum age because we cover our bar manager's licence. There's no upper age limit, and anybody that wants to go and travel can be quite appealing, so they can earn some money while they're travelling. They've got the basic skills, qualifications and knowledge to get on, and obviously people that want to get on in the industry.
Great. And is there any particular kind of person you look for who you think will be successful in the industry?
Well, I think you've got to have a great work ethic. It's hard work, it's long hours. You've got to be determined. It's a very competitive industry. I'm really just willing to give it a go. You want to travel. There is a local market as well, so obviously local hospitality. We've got a tourism industry here around the Nelson region. It's obviously quite seasonal though.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd say about the course in general to recommend it to new students?
Oh, well, it's just great. If you want to get out on the water, if you want to learn some practical skills, if you want to get ahead in the industry, we look at how to place yourself, how to prepare your CV, get you in touch with agents, and we've got an agent down from Auckland today for the graduation. And just really getting the skills and qualifications that you need.
Okay, thanks very much, Stuart. Just one more question. When does the next course start?
Yeah, so next intake is the 25th of May. Yep, May, and applications are open.
I'm here today with Hazel, one of the current intake of the Super Yacht Crewing course running at NMIT. Hazel, tell us, what have you learned from the course?
So we've learnt quite a lot with this course. I think the most I've learnt is charting and lights a lot. I think lights were just one of the things I've really wanted to learn about. Driving past the Tahuna port, just always looking at all these bright lights and things, and just how to save someone when they're in trouble, sort of thing, and just a lot of
Okay, so super yachts obviously involve being on the water. So you're saying you've learned on the course how to look after people who fall overboard or have any illnesses on board while you're working there.
Yep, so there's lots of procedures in place for things like that, like mayday calls, or if it's just a pan, but definitely, yeah.
Great. Okay, so tell us about the practical component of the course. What is one of the best things you've done practically on the course?
That's a hard one. I've loved every minute of it. Definitely firefighting. It was probably one of the best things, fighting fires and just the whole BPA suit and the full works, getting over my claustrophobia in that. It was really, really awesome just being able to be in an enclosed room and just being completely saturated in sweat.
Okay, charming. Okay, so you'd recommend this course to any would-be travellers and caterers anywhere?
Definitely, it's probably one of the best courses I've ever done. You learnt so much and you have so much fun doing it. Like, it's definitely worth it if you want to travel.
Good. Hi, I'm here with Emma. Emma, tell us, what have you learned on the course so far?
So far we've done our STCW, which is like sea survival, firefighting and all the basics you need to get on a super yacht. And then we have like add-ons like radio ticket and radar and power boating and all stuff like that.
Okay. And what was your favourite part of the whole thing?
Favourite part of the whole thing would definitely be firefighting, just because it's so scary, but it's so much fun. You get right out of your comfort zone, but afterwards you have like such a sense of accomplishment. It's awesome.
That's great. So it sounds like you've become a lot more confident through doing this course?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Great. Anything you would say to people interested in the course to inspire them to come and do it?
Probably the main thing that drew me to it before I knew how much fun it would be was the fact that it's only 12 weeks, so you can get it all done in like a short amount of time and then get on your way to like putting it into practice. You're not having like a 3-year degree that's taking forever before you can actually use it. So that was, yeah.
That's great. And do you have any plans for the future so far?
Yeah, well, first I got to pay off the student loan, but after that, I'm definitely going to go over to France and try to get on some boats as soon as I can.
Following the cancelled picket of McDonald's over 0-hour contracts last Friday, we asked organiser for First Union, Rachel Boyack, why McDonald's was let off the hook at the last minute. Can you please tell us what went on?
Well, the protest was cancelled, and actually it was a really good reason because the deal was done between the workers and McDonald's. And so what had been going on in the background was that McDonald's had been refusing to put a decent clause into the collective agreement that would have ensured workers had enough hours to live on. And so they were wanting to look at the rostered hours, not the actual worked hours, and that was the cause of contention. But what happened was that on Thursday night, late Thursday night, Unite Union, who represent the workers, fast food workers, were able to put together a deal with McDonald's. And look, I'm certain that the public pressure that was going to come on them on Friday around the country certainly ensured that happened. So it was great news, and it's always exciting to get out there and pick up a business that's, you know, has I guess conditions in place that harm workers. It was much better that we didn't have to. You know, it's great that those workers now have some certainty.
Yeah, for sure. And with all the public pressure now and what's been in the news lately, I mean, more businesses and government are feeling the pressure to get rid of these unfair practices.
Absolutely, and I think that this is an issue that New Zealanders deeply care about. It's not the Kiwi way, it's not fair. These hours, 0-hour contracts mean that workers don't have certainty from week to week, and I think most New Zealanders probably have either experienced that themselves, or they've seen a colleague or a friend or a family member or their child, you know, face these particular contracts. So they actually have some direct experience of how that affects people's lives, and I think that's what's leading to the public pressure.
Yeah, sure. And just leading on a bit more from that, what's the effect that you see on the workers that you represent with these 0-hour contracts to their daily life?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of workers in retail who are on what I would call low-hour contracts, which are pretty much the same thing. So they may have 5 or 10 hours a week that are permanent, but regularly working around 30 hours or even 40 hours a week. What it means is that they can't plan. So it's difficult to purchase a house, it's difficult to get rental accommodation. You have to ring WINZ every week and say, I earn this much, and so your benefits go up and down, your accommodation supplement goes up and down. You may lose hours the week that you need to fill the car up with fuel, or it needs a warrant. Or it might happen the week that you need to take the kid to the doctor. So it actually has a deep impact on people's ability to plan around the financial needs they have in their lives. It also leads to less loyalty amongst the workers. You know, why would you turn up at the last minute if you're not feeling loyalty back from that business? And so I think what we're also seeing is some businesses realising actually this is leading to low productivity from the workers, less loyalty from the workers, and so you're not seeing, I guess, a good response, I guess a good impact for the business from having these kinds of contracts.
Sure, and like you say, loyalty goes both ways.
Exactly.
The government's looking at getting rid of these 0-hour contracts. Yes. Labor has a members' bill in the ballot at the moment, I understand. What's your thoughts on these laws?
It's great. It's really great to see both the government and Labor saying something needs to be done. So we absolutely have to, acknowledge that. Unions and workers and their families and the public are going to have to be involved in those processes to ensure that those laws don't have loopholes that can be exploited. What's really important is looking at the detail. We know the devil is in the detail. It's always around what does the law say and then testing it in the court. So there's going to need to be a lot of public involvement at that point to ensure that whatever law does come through is actually going to deliver for workers and get rid of these contracts once and for all.
Yeah, it'd be good to see and give people a lot more stability in their life.
Absolutely, and look, that's got to be good for the community. It's got to be good for community outcomes. If we look at social cohesion, these kinds of contracts don't lead to that. So I think if people have got certainty around their financial security, they're more able to perhaps put the kids in sport, go to church at the weekend and contribute to their neighbourhoods and participate in the community, and that's what we wanted, essentially.
Sure. Rach, thanks very much for coming in and joining us, and thanks for all the work that you do on behalf of the workers out there.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Nelson MP Nick Smith has announced that the government is to provide a $150,000 Community Environmental Fund grant to the Brook Waimarama Sanctuary Trust to help the project to build a pest-proof fence at a 700-hectare wildlife sanctuary in Nelson. Dr. Smith made the announcement during an inspection of the fence undergoing construction on the weekend and has been a keen supporter of the project since its inception. In 2014, the Community Conservation Partnership Fund contributed $216,000 to the project, bringing the government's support of the project to $366,000. This month of May is New Zealand Music Month. This yearly event was initially designed to allow local New Zealand artists an opportunity to be seen and heard to help promote their local artists that help make up our New Zealand music industry. This month we will bring you a taste of our local musicians and bands to show our support for New Zealand Music Month. Today we leave you with a group, the Sou'westers, that has Christchurch-based musician Liam Ryan, West Coast musician Dean Hetherington, and our own Tasman country artist Ali Cook, playing one of their original songs at last year's Taste Tasman. After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialist, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm Harris from The Facilitators. We now look after sales for mainland TV, radio, Sky and online. New Zealand On Air's latest Colmar Brunton survey confirms mainland's large multimedia audience. If you're in business or want to put a message out to everyone in the Nelson Tasman region, plus nationwide on Sky or worldwide online, please give me a call or see our website at www.mainlandtv.nz.
The Shed.
Discover the Belgrove Tavern just 20 minutes south of Richmond on State Highway 6. A restaurant, functions, weddings, barbecue, garden bar with lots of room for kids. Come in, see us.
We're the team at Jaycar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more.
Jaycar, 120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
The Nelson Spiritualist Church on the corner of Tipahai and Motueka Streets will be hosting a talk from Warwick Keys on Egyptian mysteries and Christianity next Monday, May the 11th at 7:30. Plan B is a bee sanctuary. There's to be a public talk about honeybees and native bees, their food needs, social structure and habitat. Learn what kind of plants best provide food for the bees and more. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
G'day, it's your old mate the Mad Butcher, and you're watching Mainland TV.
Hi, my name's Ian Mortimer. Mortimer Auto Upholstery is your one-stop shop for all your upholstery needs. We do car and boat interiors, boat canopies, ute tonneau covers, canvas and PVC fabrication. Call in and see us in Oxford Mews, 72 Oxford Street, Richmond.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan, and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Nelson Tire Center. Great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer. All types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
Little things you do, the way that you smile, maybe me and you, perhaps in a while. If you wanted to, then we can do what lovers do. Every time you're near, this feeling inside, baby, it's so clear, can't be denied. I just want you here, so we can do what lovers do. Lovers walk in the park, kiss in the dark, they're hardly ever apart. We do what lovers do. Lovers talk on the phone, they smooch and they moan, won't leave each other alone. We do what lovers do, just me and you. Everywhere you turn, my love will be there. Should you feel concerned, my comfort is here. No, I wanna learn, so we can do what lovers do. Means a world to me, if this love is true. Now the heart's set free, and starting anew. If we both agree, we can do what lovers do. Lovers sharing their lives, no need to disguise the look of love in their eyes. We do what lovers do. Lovers greet the new day in a lover's cafe. Love and live in this way. just me and you. Other people say, you know love is blind, and I hope and pray we will both find there will come a day when we can do what lovers do. We can do what lovers do. We can do what lovers do. Little things you do, the way that you smile, maybe me and you, perhaps in a while. If you wanted to, we could do what lovers do. We could do what lovers do. We could do what lovers do.
Hi, my name's Ian Mortimer. Mortimer Auto Upholstery is your one-stop shop for all your upholstery needs. We do car and boat interiors, boat canopies, ute tonneau covers, canvas and PVC fabrication. Call in and see us in Oxford Mews, 72 Oxford Street, Richmond.
Discover the Belgrove Tavern just 20 minutes south of Richmond on State Highway 6. A restaurant, functions, weddings, barbecue, garden bar with lots of room for kids. Come in, see us.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.